In this video, we will complete the workbook page Planets in Space, which is in the Piano Adventures Level 1 Theory Book. Let's get ready to begin. Open your theory book to page 10 and grab something to write with, like a pen or a pencil. This is page 10, Planets in Space. At the top of the page, we see an introduction to Face the Treble Clef, which is the same thing that we have been working on as we play Skipping in Space in the lesson book. Let's move to my whiteboard to remember what Face the Treble Clef is all about. We're starting with a blank space today, and we're going to begin by building our treble clef, or our treble clef staff. Now remember, to build any staff, we need to have 5 lines all together, and between those lines there are 4 spaces. The 5 lines are always joined by 2 vertical lines on the end to show that they go together. Now we'll make it a treble clef staff by drawing our treble clef sign. Okay, we're ready to remember how Face the Treble Clef works. The spaces in between the lines of the treble clef staff spell the letters for the word face if we move from the bottom to the top. We can draw whole notes right over these letters, and they will be the notes F, A, C, and then E when we move from the bottom space to the top space. Now let's remove the letters out of the middle of the notes so that they look like normal notes on a staff that are just on the spaces that are rising. The notes that we see here are still F, A, C, and E as we move from left to right. Can you say it with me? F, A, C, E. That spells face. Back in our theory book, the advice at the top of this page is for us to memorize the spaces on the treble staff and that they spell the word face. And we're going to do some exercises on this page to help us with that memorization. Let's look at task number 1. We need to write the missing space letter names inside of the planets. I'm doing the first one now. Can you do it too? There are 3 more sets of planets on this line. Can you make them all spell face? Great. Let's move on to look at task 2. Name each planet in space in the blank below. Now, it helps some people to write the word face in the spaces and then match up the space with the note that is written to figure out which letter it is. This first one, that technique shows us that it is F. Let's do one more together. The next one, if I write face in the spaces, I can see that the note is on the C space. Some students ask me if they have to write face in the spaces. The answer is no, you don't have to. If you think that you can eyeball it, that is great. Can you label the remaining 4 notes now? Keep watching the video and you will see the answers appear. Great, we have 1 task left, and that is number 3. Using only space notes, draw a whole note planet for each letter name below. You can use the same technique and spell the word face up to the letter that I need, and then draw a whole note around it. So this is F. To draw the C in the next measure, I need to spell more of the word F, A, and then C, and put a note around it. Now let me ask you, do you have to write the word face in the spaces? No, you don't have to write it, but if it helps you to see the notes, it might be a good idea. Let's go ahead and draw the rest of the notes now. Your workbook page should look like this when you are done. You have done an excellent job on this workbook page today, and you've come a long way in memorizing Face for the Treble Clef.